Agricultural Production the Major Polluter of Groundwater? By Matthew Kowalczyk. Thesis: Agricultural production is not the major polluter of groundwater because fracking and storage tanks are bigger polluters. However, agriculture impacts the environment because erosion and disease-causing organisms, and it can also cause health problems in humans and animals. The reasons against agriculture: storage tanks and septic tanks can crack, leak, or explode. A storage tank is like an underground container that holds certain substances. The tanks hold water, gasoline, oil, and other wastes. The reason against agriculture and why it is the largest polluter. There are estimated to be over 10 million storage tanks buried in the United States alone, and over time the tanks corrode, crack, and develop leaks. If the contaminants leak out and get into the groundwater, serious contaminations can occur. In China, there were many cases of cholera because of an exploded septic tank. The explosion affected hundreds of people in the area. 15 people were in serious conditions and 4 died. This is not something to forget about. You can also be affected. This is an image of a chart that shows that septic tanks and underground tanks are the leading polluters of groundwater. And this is an exploded or cracked septic tank. Fracking. Fracking is the process of drilling into shale, which is rock that contains natural gas. Reasons against agriculture and why it is the largest polluter. Fracking has caused groundwater wells to become contaminated with combustible gas, dissolved methane, and elevated levels of natural gas, both from fracking chemicals themselves, also with methane that has, as a result, fracking seeped into the water. This is an image of the way groundwater gets fracked, and this is a fracking tower. Reasons for agriculture. Agriculture impacts groundwater, which leads to health problems. The reasons for agricultural production and why is not as dangerous as the other sources. The pesticides used heavily in industrial agriculture are associated with elevated cancer risks for workers and consumers, and are coming under greater observation for the links to endocrine disruption and reproductive dysfunction. Contaminated water that is also used during crop production, harvesting, and processing can lead to health issues. Also, in the final wash process, the crop should be washed with quality water. Water should be of drinking quality. This is a chart of where drinking water contaminants come from. And this is a tractor spraying chemicals onto crops. Agriculture impacts the environment. Reasons for agriculture and why it's not as dangerous as other sources. Grazing and other agricultural practices may intensify erosion processes, raising sediment into put nearby water sources. Increased sediment loads make drinking water treatments difficult while affecting fish and other macroinvertebrates. Agricultural water can become contaminated through a variety of ways and can potentially spread bacteria, viruses, and parasites to crops and animals. It can also spread diseases which can rapidly spread if animals are drinking from the same water trough. This is an image of animals drinking from the same water trough. And this is sediment breaking down from the land because of agricultural pollution. In conclusion, agricultural production is not the major polluter of groundwater because fracking and storage tanks are bigger polluters. However, agriculture impacts the environment because of disease-causing organisms and erosion. It can also cause health problems in humans and animals.